There it goes. Hey guys, welcome back to the DLC podcast. Oh no, it's not a podcast, or kind of. I guess it could be. Welcome to Duelist Chat. I'm Isaac. That's Juicy J.
I'm Juicy. What's up?
And today is the day where we finally review the games we played from the Wheel of Game Pass. So I had Crackdown 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Juicy?
And I had Halo Reach. I've been looking forward to this.
Yep. So if you're unaware of how this works, basically we go to Game Pass, we roll, we let the Game Pass decide what we play. There are some requirements, like it can't be like an ongoing game in the case of like Empire, like nothing too expansive. I mean, like something too big, right? Or nothing like no sports games. Mainly just games that we feel someone can sit down, pop it on, play, have a good time, and call it a day. Right? So I mean,
Okay.
RPG, like we'll do RPGs and all that. It's just those type of games where there's no story or anything to it. We'll try to avoid. I feel like there's enough multiplayer games out there that, you know what, maybe people might switch it up, play some campaign games.
No, I have to agree with that, because what we're trying to do is we try to stream the first hour, and we might even stream some more of it depending on how much we like the game or how much y'all, the audience, likes us to do it. But we tend to have kind of a 3 to 5 hour playthrough, you know, and that's what we're trying to go for. So if we get rolled into something like The Sims, you can pretty much experience a lot of The Sims in the first couple hours, you know. And at that point, it's just living life simulator, slice of life simulator, you know. It's like you can do a lot of things with it, cool, but like that's not. Yeah, I mean, someone likes it. It's not my cup of tea, you know. Either way, though, we still want to play these type of things. It's just like we'd only really give it an hour or two and give it a review. So we want something that's a little more immersive, you know. I don't know if that takes GTA off the table, but you know, I'm cool with whatever.
GTA has a story, but I think most people play GTA 5 at this point. Is that even on Game Pass?
I want to say it is. I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I mean, we can't choose in a way. The Game Pass has to decide for us.
But then, you know, you get games like Persona 5 Royal, an amazing game. Now, we wouldn't be able to play it anyway since I've already played that, or I'm playing that, which I may stream a little more of that later on, you know, in the future. But my thing is that's easily like an 80-hour game if you're trying to do everything. It's like, so 5 hours wouldn't do it any justice since its beginning story is 10 hours just to get through the start of it. So, but anyway, now that we've had that established, though, this will be our first review, like you were saying, Ice. I think I'm just going to kind of jump right into it because this is something that's tried and true. Halo Reach. There's one that I didn't have the privilege of playing back in the day. I didn't have an Xbox and stuff like that, so I thought, like, wow, that's a way to kick it off because I've heard nothing but good about it. It's the prelude to Halo, you know. Actually was a book made game, you know. It's a very good story, you know. I will say, playing it, and if y'all caught the gameplay, you probably already saw. I was like, well, I could definitely see that these are AI mechanics from like 2010, 2011, you know. Like, definitely when you're trying to get your AI to come with you or drive the car correctly, it just keeps running into the rock. It's like, please stop. You know, I want a gun. But other than that, it played like any other Halo game. Pretty fantastic. It's a run and gun, you know. You're picking up random guns as you go along. They may give you some campaign-specific guns or campaign-specific needed guns, you know. They, of course, had the introduction of what would have been the what I considered the Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War in that one, but only in like one segment. Ultimately, it was really fun. I'd say just like any other Halo campaign, because I have played a bunch of those, and from Halo 1 to 3, they were really great. But I don't know, there was something about this one that stood out more than those others. It could be the fact that they had a really good musical compilation. It could be the fact that the story is kind of heart-wrenching. It's like, oh, okay, we're all just gonna die. You know, like we're all just gonna sacrifice a life here for this. Given that, of course, I played it in 2022, I saw a lot of similarities to like Rogue One at the end of Rogue One, where it's like, man, we're all fighting really hard for something, you know, like to try and help here, and and we are losing slowly, you know, and it was a very good game from start to finish. I actually ended up finishing the game with a friend of mine, Dr. Trauma Death. Thank you very much. As we just kind of went through the campaign together, and it was pretty heart wrenching. There, I think it was like, oh god, but so my last bit was like, I didn't expect it. I'd heard about it. I knew about it. That like at the end of it, you're just supposed to fight till you can't fight anymore. You know, it's one of those moments that, you know. But it's like, holy crap, we fought as long as we could, you know? It's like there is literally no end to this. And it was just like, and your screen, your face mask starts cracking and stuff. It's like, oh my gosh, dude. And I was like, oh wow. Like if I would have played this back in the day, I don't know if I could have walked through. I would have had to sit there.
Well, here, if you don't mind me hopping in real quick.
No, yeah, jump in. Like it was a good game.
One thing you need to go on YouTube because they took it out. 343 took it out, but at the end of it, there's a goodbye letter from Bungie, which kind of hits in the feels too. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, and I was mad that they took that out. Because that was kind of like their farewell, you know. I mean, obviously they're not Bungie. I'm not going down that. I'm not going down that. I'm not going down that road right now. That's different video. But no, for me, so I played it late too, right? Because I didn't have the means to get it at the time, and for the longest time, all my friends would say Halo, Halo Reach is the best Halo. Halo Reach is the best Halo, and for me personally, though some people may disagree, Halo 3 was my favorite. And I mean, two is great, 1 is great, but for me, three, I just love 3. All right, I mean that's the Halo I played the most on my Halo 3 Special Edition 360. You know, which I have like literally right here. Let me just show you real quick. I'm humble flex.
Really?
Oh, they can't really see it, but get the little. Yeah, it's blurry. Anyways, that's besides the point. Just had to throw that out there. Once I played it, yeah, no, that I still feel Halo 3 is my favorite just out of nostalgia. But that game is phenomenal. The story is phenomenal, and the fact that Noble 6 has a personality is pretty wicked in itself, you know? Because Master Chief has a personality, but he's more, you know, like
stoic. He's very, I'm just here for the mission. I mean, it took older, like later games for us to get more of the emotional side between him and Cortana, you know. Yeah. But I agree.
Noble 6 is like another guy. Like,
bro, like you are informed. Let's be fair, right out the gate that y'all are human. It's like, oh yeah, you are not a Spartan, sir. Like, like you are not.
Yeah, so I mean that's good. Like the fact that you were able to go this long without actual spoilers. I mean, I'm sure people told you things here and there, but that game was one of those games where someone could tell you what happens, but experiencing it, it's a whole nother level, right? It's its own thing.
Oh, that's like I said with my response, like oh god, we are just all dying one by one. Like I had been told back in the day that like y'all die, and I thought a last stand thing, you know, and you're gonna see everybody just fall apart. No, bro, every mission, every campaign, someone's falling off, and it's like.
But they go out like, but they go down like heroes though. Like like it's not like it's for me. It's not.
I mean, except for the chick who gets sniped.
Okay, that's a little different. That's a little different.
Like she did her job, and so like as a hero, yeah, she did her job, but like
she didn't go out like a G.
Oh god, yeah, like that was less of a G, but.
I don't know. Yeah, so all right. I mean, I'm sure we can talk about a review, but recommended, yes or no?
Recommended, of course, especially if you haven't played it. It's Halo Reach. It's part of the Master Chief Collection. And if you're having issues, I mean, yeah, Bungie made it. If you're having issues with Halo Infinite and everything that 343 is doing, just go play the Master Chief Collection and remind yourself of exactly why you liked Halo. And definitely give Reach a play, both for the campaign and for the multiplayer. It was really fun after that to go play Trauma and some of the different things for the multiplayer. It was, I liked it. So I would give it a solid 7 because it still had its own AI from like 10 years ago. I'll give it an 8, actually. No, because the story was fantastic.
I'm thinking like the story could carry that.
The story carries that alone, so I'll give it an 8, and I definitely recommend it. If you haven't played it, go play it. So, but Isaac, you grabbed Crackdown 3, Terry Crews, and all that beauty.
I did.
What did you? I'm really interested to hear what you.
So here's some just little background, and I never played a Crackdown game. So my experiences may differ from someone that played 1 and 2, right? Because I mean, like for me, I could meet someone yesterday that played Halo Infinite, thought this is the greatest game ever, and I'm like, but did you play the other Halos? No, I just played Infinite. You know,
no,
like
that's actually same with like me and Smash Brothers. I love Smash Ultimate, but it's also the first one I ever actually played.
Yeah.
And so when Jacob and you and them like bring up like, nah, bro, Brawl is good, you know, and I get people saying Melee and even Smash 4 was hype, and I'm like, I don't know, man, this one seems pretty dope, you know.
So
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So just take what I say with that perspective in mind, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when this game came out, people were trashing it. They were dogging it. You know, they were saying it's a 360 game, and visually, I can see that, right? But I think the art style in itself, like, you can't really do much with it. 'Cause, I mean, to be fair, in my humble opinion, I feel like all Borderlands games look like 360 games, just with that art style, the cell shade style. Like you can't. I mean, am I wrong, Juice?
No. Like when you I knew where you're going with that. It's like all of them they look the same. Like no, and I thought that's what you're going for, the same. But no, I'll give you that. The Borderlands games, they still look good. Kind of have this weird glossed comic-y feel, like watching Beautiful Joe.
No, the thing is like that's not an issue. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I recall people dissing the graphics, the story, the gameplay. And so going into it, I already have these things like, okay, that's what everyone said, but I'm just gonna ignore that and just play it, right? I'm just gonna play it. And Juicy was there when I streamed it, and the first thing I said was, "Oh, this is like Borderlands," like straight up.
Yep.
And you know, it's kind of cheesy, over the top, which also in turn reminds me of Borderlands, and but. I do like the game mechanics, like the gun mechanics in the game. I mean, it's kind of finicky because like there'll be times where I want to get I'll have a sniper, and I want to hit a headshot, but it has auto aim on there, so like it's always aiming at their chest, which I think you may be able to change that. I'm not sure. I didn't bother because I was like, you know what, this how they made the game? Let me play as how they made it, you know. So starting off though, like I was kind of like, okay, no, whatever. But the more I got into it, so here's the deal with this game. Is the story good? It's mediocre. There is a story, yes, but for some games, people may disagree with me, but if a game mechanics or gameplay are fun, it can kind of carry itself regardless of the story. And especially in open world games such as that. Case in point, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Don't at me. You know that's true. Anyways, the more I played it, the more I got used to the controls. I found myself, at first, I felt overwhelmed, right? Because it's such a big world, a whole bunch of collectibles. And then it's like this game, and the developers realized, like, hey, who are we making this for? Who is this game for? And I felt like they were like, you know what? Let's just make it for the everyman, just the average person who just got off of work, wants to blow off some steam, play the game for 15, maybe 20, maybe an hour. Like I played it for an hour, like a couple hours, right? And I didn't mind it. And so like I felt like they had the collectibles like literally lined up for you. They're like, here, they're like, here's the world, just have fun. Don't feel overwhelmed. Yes, it's a lot, but we have it all packed together. It's all there. Just go and get it. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. The world itself is kind of like it, for the first couple hours it was nice. Then it kind of got like boring. Like you know, there's not a lot to it. But like I said, for me, this is a fun game. If you want something just to put on the screen, play it, have a good time. Because like I had a blast. I had fun. Right?
Yes, I actually was like, I love the fact that if y'all caught the previous videos, he wasn't the happiest with that with the Crackdown, and I was trying to explain it a bit, and I was like, no, it's better, but it's over the top, and so watching him stream was a treat because I got to experience Isaac coming into it like, all right, kill the biases, let's just try it, give it a good old college try. And like 20 minutes in, this man said, like, this actually, what was it? This is pretty clean. Like, this is actually like,
no, yeah.
I could like see myself play. I could have seen myself playing this if
Yeah.
I knew about it. Like, yeah, it's fun.
No, it's fun.
Like, yeah, go ahead.
Like there's different missions you could do for each boss, right? Like you do so many, it progresses, and you have access to fight the boss, right? And at first you're like, oh man, like I said, that's a lot. It's a lot. But it's not. Like I said, everything is lined up for you. And they legit, in a way, kind of give you a path to go. Like it's an open world, so you go anywhere. But it's like, hey, here's your skill level. Just follow this track, and you'll slowly progress. But yet you won't feel overwhelmed or anything. Like for people that may have want a challenge, they may go in and go to the harder spots. But like for me, like I'm just like, I'll steal a car, drive around, and see a mining area, and I'm like, I can handle this. And the fact that it's like it's an open world game, and it's like Borderlands, it's a lot of stuff you could just cheese, you know.
Yeah.
And honestly, the cheese in games kind of make the game, you know. And one other thing I like were the weapons. The weapons were cool. I thought they were pretty clean. Like, is it as diverse as a Borderlands? And the reason I'm saying Borderlands a lot is because that's the only thing I can compare it to, right? So, because Borderlands, they have a plethora of weapons you could choose from, whereas this one's a little more limited, but they feel good, right? The weapons feel good, and then with each ability, you know, you're becoming more and more and more of a superhero at some point, right? Like, Juice told me if I collect enough upgrades, I can run faster than the cards. And literally, I dedicated a day to doing that just so I could see it. And he's right, like, dude, you are like running.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And
insane.
And what I like about it is like, yeah, you can play between different agents at any time you want, and then you can find agents. And another thing, when you level up, you actually like your appearance changes. You know, because you start off with the skinny Terry Crews, and the more you power up, the bigger he gets, the more cosmetic he gets. And like I said, it's over the top. It's fun. The game, you can buy the game as a hard copy for like $3 at Walmart, just because it didn't do so well. But does it deserve the hate that it got? I don't think so. I think for the most part, it was cool to hate on it. Right? It was cool to hate on it. Now, am I saying it's a game of the year game? It's a game that you should have bought day one? No.
Oh.
The fact that it's on Game Pass though, and like I said, you just want something, a mindless game. That's how me and my brother say it. A game that's mindless, a game that you don't have to think. It's not an RPG. It's not a strategy game. It's nothing that's too like. You just sit on the couch and shoot people and go throughout the game. Now, one could say, well, what about Call of Duty? You can play Call of Duty, $70, but you can play it. Or you can get Game Pass and just play this game. And it's a good game. Like I said, the gameplay, the mechanics, the performance on it, dude, it runs. It's fine. It's a great game. Like,
it looked really good when you were playing. It looked
yeah.
like it was running stellar. Like,
no, it was running perfectly. So, in my humble opinion, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Right?
That's
I'll
fair.
give it a 7 out of 10. And
that's fair.
like I said, and mind you, I played Borderlands, the Handsome Jack collection, right? So that's Borderlands the prequel, 1 and 2, right? So I haven't played the third one, but I feel like I played enough Borderlands to justify where I'm coming from. I have experience in it, so I can talk about it. Um, but it's a fun game. Like I said, and it's a short game. It's a short game. The game, if the thing is, you can play straight through it, and it'll probably take you 5 to 6 hours, 7 hours tops. But like I said, the collectibles are there and they tease you, and they're so easy to get. You find yourself sidetracked and collecting. Like I said, I was getting collectibles for a couple hours and then realized hours have passed. I was just, oh, there's one here. Oh, there's one there. Oh, there's one here. Oh, there's one there. So yeah, I had a good time with that.
It's good to hear, man. And like you brought up, yeah, you can go play other games that aren't on the Game Pass, but that's not the reason for the season, baby. We are here by the will of Game Pass for the wheel of Game Pass. We want to do as it commands. I was just making that joke. It's like it's gonna pick the games for us. So that's a 6, or not, it's a 7 out of 10 for you. That's an 8 out of 10 for me for Halo Reach. So far, 2 good bangers, both passing grades. A C and a B.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was great, guys. If you haven't tried them, I would say just try them out, especially if you like just running guns. In both instances, that's what they can be. And go on with that. So Isaac,
I know the proper term. Crackdown 3 is blind fun. It just,
ooh, there you go.
That's all it is. Like it's just fun.
So Isaac, when are we spinning the wheel again? We gotta obviously play some before Christmas.
We do. Let me see. So when does this video come up? This video is going up tomorrow. We'll spin the wheel on Wednesday.
Sounds good to me. We can do it. We'll put it up. Throw a video up and spin the wheel. So we may continue and record it, but we'll release it the following day after this video goes up. So I'm guessing we're pushing it out on the 13th. That should be today. And so look forward to our Wheel of Game Pass spin for Wednesday, the 14th. We got a time frame for it.
7 o'clock. 7 a.m.
7 o'clock. 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
All right. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Central Time. You should have that. So y'all should be waking up or getting ready to work to a nice succinct video about the next couple of games we're going to be playing for the Game Pass. And to reiterate, I do the console games. He does the PC games. So we're going to try and keep it within those frames as well. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming and listening. We look forward to the next one, guys. So.
Yeah. Later, guys. Oh yeah, well, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell that you know when we go live. That way, you can see us play the first hour from the Wheel of Game Pass, as well as other live streams that we do. But yeah, you guys have a good night. Make sure to follow us on our socials at DuelistChat on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And yeah, have a good one.